Welcome back, guys. Sorry, it's been, what is it, 13 days, 12 days since the last video. As you can see behind me, we're having beautiful West Coast, South Island, New Zealand weather. It's been raining pretty much the last couple of weeks, bar the odd day, so haven't been able to get as much done as quickly with the boat as I wanted to. But yeah, just wanted to drop a video. Hope you guys don't find it too boring. It's just fitting out the U-decking, EVA foam. I call it U-decking in the video. It's actually EVA foam. If you jump on somewhere like AliExpress, even Temu, eBay, Amazon, places like that, and just search EVA boat foam or EVA boat matting or EVA matting, it's the same stuff. So that's the stuff I'm using in this video. But yeah, we'll see how it holds up. We'll put it through its paces once we actually get out fishing. And yeah, I hope you guys do enjoy the video. It's just a quick one and a bit of a roadmap. So we've got the EVA foam video, obviously dropping now. The next one will be putting the motor on and a bit of history about the motor, how I ended up with that motor, and yeah, getting that on the boat. And then just a general fit out of rod holders, putting the outrigger mounts on, fitting the sounder, all the gauges, just general kind of fit out. The boat's getting pretty close to going on the water as of now, but yeah, just want to give you guys a bit of a sort of a heads up and that of what's coming. And just, yeah, sorry it's been a few days, we're just battling the weather, joys of trying to work outside. So yeah, hope you guys enjoy this video, and don't forget to drop a like and subscribe if you haven't. I know the videos, you know, not everyone's probably into boat fit outs and stuff, but we're getting pretty close to going and chasing some fish and doing some pretty cool stuff. So yeah, follow along, and we'll see you guys in the next one after this. I'll just swing you around here, show you what I've got. So obviously I've got my little box of goodies here. This is the U-deck matting. I've already pre-cut for the tops of the gunnels, so I just sort of measured it up, cut strips. We'll see how long it is, and then I'll probably put an angled line and then another section. But these should go pretty much perfect width for the gunnel, with half a centimetre either side, and that worked out perfectly between the lines, so it's nice and even for both sides. So this stuff here, this is just from AliExpress, Temu type stuff. Comes in the rolls I got light grey and black. They are, from memory, about $40 for a roll, and the roll was 60 centimeters by 2.1, I think, length. So basically what we're going to do is, because this is quite coarse, to get maximum surface area, I'm just going to wet sand the top of this gunnel right down to 2500, get it as smooth as I can, and then I'll isopropyl alcohol this all down just to get any residue chemicals that might affect the adhesive on the U-decking. It's not actually true U-decking, it's just the boat floor mat stuff. How well it goes, I don't know. Just basically going to try it out because it's cheap. Cut out my own shapes and everything. As I say, I've got tops of the gunnels, the walkthroughs, all the duckboard is going to have it, and inside the gunnel pockets I'm going to line with this stuff as well. And also on the top, so you can see out the window here, on the top of the bonnet there, that whole top piece and the sides, I'll do some nice angled shapes. Put the U-decking on that because just to make it a bit, one, protect the paint, and two, to make it a bit softer underfoot, because that's actually quite a good spot where you can stand and you know, cast a rod and stuff. So just something that makes it a bit harder wearing and a bit nicer. So yeah, we'll make a start on this gunnel here now, and as I say, the weather's not looking too flash, so we've got a bit of a storm coming in for the next 7 days, so I'm not going to be able to do much apart from just what I can do in the shed here. So yeah, I thought I might as well get the U-decking on. And then we can basically start biting. We've got this making sure this is nice and pressured on. just gonna roll this out to the corner, right down those edges. Right, and that's the first piece of piece on. And then now we can pull all this tape off. Do the same thing the other way. So that is the U-decking on one side. I've still got to cut out, as I say, all my rod holders. But that is one side done. And that is on there. So yeah.
Still got paper under here.
Yeah. Not bad. Let's help protect that a bit.
Should do.
Should look pretty good once the time we've got this and this done. Good start. Alright guys, we are going to do the walk-through U-decking on both sides. So we'll start off on this side. We've got the centrepiece done. I don't know if my other camera's recording. So we'll start or not. Right, so we've got the other piece done there that we put on earlier because we were putting the motor on. So yeah, we'll just give this a light sand down, get it smooth, and then we'll put this U-decking on. Alright guys, let's let this evaporate. It should be good to stick down. Right, so we want that to be pretty square. About there, right? Pretty good.
You have to buy yourself some sugar soap now.
Sugar soap?
Yeah, so you can clean them.
Oh yeah.
Use up a scrubby brush. Looks like you've got a big air bubble right where your hand is. You want to set the battery on top of it? You've got a couple of old batteries you can sit on them to hold them in place.
I bought one. Rightio guys. Well, we are getting close to the end of the U-decking of the main bits. Still got to do the front. Going to put some U-decking on the front where you can stand and cast and stuff, so just to protect the paint, make it a bit grippier under feet, and then obviously the inside of the gunnels once I do the touch-ups on that green paint. But we'll so you would have seen, obviously we put this piece on before we started doing the motor install. That's a separate video, but we did that, so that'll be the last one that you would have seen prior to this. We're just working on the shed because it's a miserable day outside, so we're going to put the U-decking on both duckboards here. So that's going to be today's job, and then that'll mean that we've got the U-decking on here, on both the walkthroughs and obviously the top of the gunnels. Problem I have in the shed, as you can see, is bird shit. Bloody birds. That's what happens when you have rafters. So yeah, that's going to be fun to clean off. Wash this down, get some sugar soap and a brush. It's real good for cleaning that stuff. So yeah, we'll rip into it. I've kind of pre-cut out just squares that are kind of the size that I need, and then I'm going to have to shape them and, you know, cut around all the little edges and stuff where it's going to sit. So a little bit to these ones, it's going to be a little bit complicated, but I'll try and set this camera up where you guys can see. Oh guys, so I'm not sure how much of that you guys could see yesterday when I was doing these. The lighting was pretty crap because we had rain. It's got a bit of a clear spell at the moment, but so I just pulled it out of the shed so you guys could see. So we finished off this U-decking for on here, and then obviously we've got the tops of the gunnels and then the 2 walkthroughs. So that's sort of the U-decking done, predominantly done anyway. Really need some heavy weight stuck on it just to make sure that everything is stuck down properly. As I how long, this is just cheap. It cost me about 130 bucks to do all of it, plus I've still got the inside of the gunnels, potentially around the walkway and on the top, so I've got more than enough to do all of that. So yeah, so that's sort of the main U-decking done for now. So yeah, that'll be the U-decking pretty much on until we do the front piece and stuff. So as I've got to do the touch-up paint on that green. I'm just waiting for some settled weather. It's not going to take much to do it, so I don't want to mount the rod holders and everything until I've done that touch-up paint, because obviously they're just going to be in the way and they're going to need overspray on them and stuff, and it's just going to be messy. So yeah, it's kind of where we're at for the U-decking. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and yeah, as I say, if you've got an older boat or a boat without U-decking on, it's quite a cheap option just to add a bit of good protection. Like, it's cheap, but it works. So that's gonna just makes it a bit nicer to deal with. You can get all different colours. As I mean, I got that stuff from AliExpress, 3 rolls of it for about 150 bucks New Zealand. So yeah, is it the best? I don't know, but you guys will be able to see once we get out and start abusing it, fishing and in the elements and stuff, see how well it holds up. So yeah, I think worst case, if it starts to lift anywhere, I could just get some spray adhesive, spray it on the bottom, spray it on the thing, let it tack off, squash it down. So yeah, I think it's just you know, if you're tight on money like I have been, sort of, yeah, with everything sort of going back into the mortgage and stuff after selling the other boat, I've been doing what I can to make it look nice and also protect everything, you know, as cheap as I can. So that's sort of why there might be a few of you wondering why I didn't just opt for proper U-decking and stuff, but it came down to budget. So everything that's sort of going onto this boat is stuff that I've gotten cheap or fixed myself, like the motor, which you'll see is now on the boat, but you'll see obviously all the plastics are off it at the moment. They're in the shed. That was because we had to work on the motor. So yeah, you guys will see that in the next video. Had a bit of a rundown of everything about that. So yeah, we'll cut that off there, guys, and thanks for watching, thanks for subscribing, and yeah, we're getting pretty close now to actually getting her in the water. So it's just going to be that little bit of touch-up paint, throwing the electronics in it, and then we're good to hit the water and see how she all goes. Sweet, guys. Cheers. See you in the next one.